So I would like to introduce briefly about myself and also the master, the author of the text, Master Shantideva. So my name is Gyalten Tsondue. I had my formal Buddhist education in Master University, Master University, studying for nearly 20 years. So now this is brief introduction about myself, and now I would like to introduce about the author of the work, Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life. So Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life author is a well-known thing. One could call a thinker, a philosopher, and and also one of the very important important writer. And important writer, and so related with regards to this work, Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life. He composed this text at Nalanda University. Shantideva himself, right from the childhood, was brilliant, very brilliant, and who displayed all the supernatural feats even at the childhood. And he was guided by, from the very childhood, he was guided by deity Tara and Manjushri, the wisdom Buddha. And then gradually he initiated into monkhood. And initiated monkhood and displayed many marvelous qualities. And then, but at that time, people saw or noticed him, indulging or engaging in three activities. Activities: eating, sleeping, and defecating. So this is what they, only see him. So they got some kind of suspicious of his characters and suspicious of his behavior and improper behavior. So they would like to expel him from the Nalanda University, and so as a rule they requested him to give the teaching. So then they arranged everything, and then on the time of giving the teachings, he asked them, would you like to hear something new, or something new, or something which you have already heard before, you already have heard before. To which the audience requested them to give the teaching that they haven't heard before. So they set up a big throne, unable to get it on the throne. So which is magical powers. He just he just lowered. He just lowered the throne. He just lowered the throne, and then so this he read this: respectfully I prostrate myself to the Sugatatas who are endowed with Dharmakaya, as well as to the noble sons and to all those who are worthy of veneration. So he began this giving teaching this, and so he was giving teaching until he reached 9th chapter. When he reached with the 9th chapter called "When functioning things and when unfunctioning things does not exist in front of one's eye," at that very point, and they will begin to raise high up in the sky, in the space. And then he was giving teaching. He was keep on giving teaching while flying risen higher and higher, and at a point he completely disappeared, disappeared from the scene. So those who have clairvoyance, ear clairvoyance, they can recall, they can recollect what the verses. And then he finally landed in one place. Landed in one place, and so but then finally there comes the discrepancy between the two texts. One few in the Magadha and a few in the central part. They have different versions. One have 9, one have 10. So finally, to make clear of it, about the discrepancies, they went to the place, and then they finally met him. What is the right concept version? It seems there comes two versions. So he says, you go to my room in my Nalanda University, and you just try to check. I just hidden it on the corner of my wall and pillar. So over there you will find it. So they returned it back, and so they bought it. So this is how the test came into being. Then later on, there was a whole lot of famine in the place, huge city. That he, out of magical in the powers, he just ran the food from the space of sky with his magical powers. And then at one time, again, he did many of the miraculous, and also did a great service, noble deeds, great service towards many of the places. So he remained in a way. He remained as one of the greatest, one of the great Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva maybe on the first level Bodhisattva. And so, it really seems, outwardly, he's sleeping, he's eating, doing nothing. So they call even eating 5 plate, 5 plate of food. People are surprised how you don't walk, always engaging in eating. So you don't take responsibility. So it seems outwardly he very lazy, like dancing. It seems outwardly it seems he knows nothing. He hardly knows anything. But then internally he was we say one's external appearance should be like hero, like humble, humble hero sangha, the sangha hero. And then one's way of thinking should be like way of thinking should be like that of the Bodhisattva. So his heart is moistened with a bodhicitta mind, and then he secretly practiced Vajrayana teaching. So even in his sleeping, he's practicing the dream sleep. So externally he follows Vinaya teaching, he follows Vinaya practice. Internally he practiced. Internally he practiced Bodhisattva practice. Secretly he practiced Vajrayana. So he practiced all the 3 like this, very purely and without any contradictions, very harmoniously. So that's why Buddha says, accept like me, do not try to infer, do not try to underestimate others' internal qualities merely by seeing external appearance. It is totally wrong. You will suffer, Buddha said. because we don't know where Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are. We don't know where highly realized beings are. Now if we happen to despise or bring harm, so problem arises like this. So this is the teaching. So this is all for now.
Okay.
Yeah.